Before the foundations of the world were laid, before time itself ticked its first moment, there existed a divine order, an eternal realm where light, majesty, and holiness reigned. In this celestial kingdom, countless beings of immense power and purity served the Almighty Creator. These beings were not mortal, nor were they bound by flesh or earth. They were angels, messengers, guardians, warriors, and worshippers. Among them, different ranks held different duties. The greatest of them were Cherubim and Seraphim, and among the watchers and archangels stood one whose name would be remembered with awe and sorrow, Lucifer. These cherubim were the first to be mentioned in the ancient scriptures. When Adam and Eve were driven from Eden, it was cherubim who were placed at the gate with flaming swords to guard the path to the tree of life. But they were more than guardians. They were majestic, multidimensional beings, with 4 faces of a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle, and 4 wings. They moved with divine speed and covered themselves with their wings. Their entire bodies gleamed like burning coals or flashing lightning. They did not speak, but echoed the glory of God through their very presence. They stood closest to the throne of God, upholding His holiness and guarding sacred mysteries. Higher still soared the seraphim, the burning ones, who surrounded the throne of God crying, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of His glory." Unlike the cherubim, who had 4 wings, the seraphim had 6, to cover their faces, to their feet, and whither they flew. Their names are never recorded, for their identity is absorbed entirely into their worship. Their voice shook the thresholds of heaven. The smoke of their praise filled the temple. They were living fire, beings created solely to exalt the eternal glory of God, shining brighter than any star. In a different order were the watchers, mysterious angels mentioned in the book of Enoch and Daniel. These were assigned to watch over humanity. They were to guide, protect, and report. But not all remained loyal. Some, known as the fallen watchers, descended to earth, lusted after human women, and fathered the Nephilim, giants of great strength and corruption. These angels taught humanity forbidden knowledge, warfare, enchantments, astrology, and sorcery. Their rebellion did not go unnoticed. The book of Enoch says God was grieved, and judgment was decreed. The leader of the fallen watchers, Azazel, was bound and cast into darkness. The rest were imprisoned in the abyss, waiting for the day of judgment. Their fall was a dire warning. Even angels, in their splendor, could fall. But the most renowned and most tragic was Lucifer, the morning star. Once the greatest of all angels, he was said to be adorned with every precious stone. Wisdom, beauty, and power were his. He walked among the fiery stones of heaven, covering the throne of God as a guardian cherub. But pride found its way into his heart. He said, "I will ascend to heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit on the mount of the congregation. I will be like the Most High." That pride birthed rebellion. A war erupted in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against Lucifer and his followers. But they could not prevail. Lucifer was cast out from heaven like lightning, and with him a third of the heavenly host. From then on, Lucifer became known as Satan, the adversary, the deceiver of nations. He stalks the earth like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. He manipulates, accuses, tempts, and corrupts. Yet, even now, he masquerades as an angel of light. His fall changed the heavenly hierarchy, and the echoes of his rebellion still haunt mankind. But his end is written. The lake of fire awaits. Meanwhile, angels continue their work. Gabriel, the messenger, revealed divine truths to Mary, Daniel, and Jecharya. Michael, the archangel, leads God's armies and stands as a protector over Israel. Countless others remain unnamed, angels that minister to those who inherit salvation, those who battle unseen forces, those who comfort, heal, and lead. And yet, the heavens remain ordered. The cherubim still guard the holiness of God. The seraphim still cry out in eternal praise. The watchers who remained loyal still observe from their heavenly stations. Though some fell, most remain radiant and pure, blazing with the light of their Creator. The history of angels is not yet over. One day, the trumpet will sound, and angels will gather the elect. One day, the veil between heaven and earth will lift, and every eye will see their might. One day, the final battle will come, and the ancient serpent will be chained forever. Until then, they move silently, powerfully, ever watching, ever warring, ever worshipping.